some, it may be the legacy of fame or the luxury of fortune. But for many, if not most artists, I think they create because they have to. In the absence of creative endeavors, some broken part of their subconscious wells up and presses against other functions of the mind, disrupting them. This quickly becomes a curse as the desperate rattle of a painting or novel or album drowns out all other thoughts. Days or weeks are lost while plumbing the depths and branching ideas of possibilities. The torturous frustration as the clumsy body fails to recreate into reality the immaculate vision of the mind. But the highs, oh those highs, when art flows and you are a conduit for lightning, when knowledge, skills, and training finally align into a perfect focus, turning random, diffuse light into a hot, fast laser beam. This is the feeling of immortality, the feeling that seems to justify this brief, fragile existence. So open that release valve, just a little bit, and let the demons play for a while.
Hi to everyone again. Good morning. How are we doing? Can you hear me now? Yes. Yes. Okay. I was messing with mic stuff this morning. Uh Sorry about that. So hold on. Good morning to Orca, Yuki, Zafri, Watcher Dragon, Navy, Echo, Tangent, Nui, Starlogs, Darth Chaos, and Ruru. Professional stream. Definitely. Definitely professional. Absolutely. 100%. Professional streamer is gonna try to get work done today. Professional streamer is probably not gonna get work done today. Oh no, we're gonna get some work done. Gonna do what I can. I didn't finish that thing I was supposed to finish last night. I was supposed to have this thing done. That way I could try to post it today, but I didn't get to finish it. I gotta do that soon. I don't wanna, but I gotta. I'm putting on my hoodie. What do I do for a fundraising thing? What do I do for incentives? I've never had to do one of these before. I don't know, I'll figure it out. And for a little bit of additional context, the house we're renting is being sold in a little over a month. We just found out a few days ago. So we're gonna have to move, and I can't lift anything right now because of the back injury. So you're gonna have to pay for movers, and I'm gonna try to raise some funds to cover that. I I didn't even. Even back when I couldn't draw, didn't have to be like, I need help. Asking for help is hard. I am still very much trained on the whole mindset of I am the one that helps others, not the other way around. Which, is definitely a very healthy and productive thought process. Definitely. But I'm gonna try to come up with some stuff, some incentives. I'm probably gonna do a few full colored piece raffles if we hit certain amounts. And I don't know. I can't ask Serby to move everything. My natural instinct is, well, clearly I just need to do more, like, do more donation doodles faster. It's just like that. That's not how that's gonna work. Let's be honest. You're basically not directly told in high school that you should not ask for help. You should know this. You're just... Yeah, it was a similar experience for me. I wasn't even allowed to accept things, let alone ask for things. One of my memories that will always remain in my head is just when I got like a 20-minute lecture because someone offered to buy me a bottle of soda and I accepted it. Because apparently that was me begging for stuff and taking advantage of people. Healthy childhoods. Definitely very healthy. It's crazy. It's just how it was back then. Hey, Echo. I am doing the best I can. It's not terrible. Bit anxious, but hope you're doing well. You doing well? Good. Yeah, I will figure stuff out. I will make it work. You got your Pride Converse recently? They look beautiful. Good. Did I ever upload last week's donos? Like to Discord and such? Yes I did. Okay. Morning, Vix. Morning, Mal. Good morning, Stella. Somehow, don't worry, you're not the only one that's like buzzing with nerves. Hey, Shrooby. This is what I'm looking for. Need to poke Junior Foxy about joining streams again at some point. How am I doing? Anxious, but okay. Anxiety subsides. We shall see. Let's just see how I do for today. Sorry for the mic squeak. I am mute while I adjust it. Oh. Rest well, Stella. Have a good night. What's the peer pressure overload for specifically? I mean, it triggers the dragon transformation. Why peer pressure? Long story short, an old joke that resulted in my Sona's canonical trigger for being turned into a dragon is getting peer pressured into it, basically. If a bunch of other people expect it to happen or want it to happen, it causes it to happen. Do it, do it, do it. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that directed at? Yeah, peer pressure. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Bites me very gently, then does a small squeak. Morning, Ruru. I hope you're doing okay. And now, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Today's the 15th. Let's hope I can get to 50% today. That is my goal. I'm glad that you guys like it. Zephyr, what kind of expression do you want on Lucerna here? Like, are they smiling? Okay. Hey, Tangent. Hey, Sigil. How's it going? Get all those tails. Just got home from work. Welcome home. You know, if I'm able to, I want to raid Junie today, which probably won't happen because I don't think Junie streams longer than I do on dono days. But next time I get to raid Junie, I want to just, instead of Fox Rules, have a little raid message that she's just blaming them for me wanting to lean more into the dragon. Dangerous Clonazard? How you doing today? Dirks are heckin' based. I'll admit, I'm still hesitant about it for a number of reasons. But one of the big ones is just, or two of the big ones, I guess, is one, the Sphinx design is just so well established. It's so unique. It has been refined ever since it has been a thing back in 2015. So that's like I've been working on that thing for 9 years. And is just difficult for me to justify to myself, even if it's something I want to do. Just like going from something that's so unique, so identifiable to dragon. There are so many dragons. You're good? Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing alright. Bit anxious, but overall, doing okay. Is lovely being a dragon. And I'm not saying that being a dragon is bad. I'm not saying that the dragon design is bad. I love the dragon design. But, like, it just... The Sphinx design is, in a way, it's safe. It is a design that has worked. It's a design that's recognizable. That people look at and almost always agree that it's a good design. So it's just kind of safe in that sense. Wagon. So like I still want to try it. I want to see how I feel about it. because there's also the fact that the Sphinx is... One of the things I've been realizing is, like, the Sphinx is very much... One of the main things with the Sphinx has always been that the Sphinx is me. And that is just such a core element of the character. But also, the Sphinx is me as I was a few years ago. And it's been difficult to kind of evolve the character's personality with me as I've changed, since it is such a established personality, an established part of the character. The reason why you can't have multiple... I know that, and that's what I currently have. But I like having a primary Sona. Right now, Sphinx is primary, Dragon is secondary. Yeah, it's something I was kind of noticing as I have been messing around with the stuff with Runery. It's just that the Sphinx is... The Sphinx is almost locked in a way. It is established. It is... Like, it has a character. Where the dragon is still kind of evolving. Is my characters I can do what I want with them? Just how... Oh, trust me, I know that logically. It's emotionally. It's the fact that thinking about it gives me panic. That's the part that's the struggle. Because like I said, what's wrong with having a character evolve? Absolutely nothing. But the thing is, as I said, Sphinx is safe. The brain likes what's safe. When you've had so many experiences with branching out from the known safe area, what's expected of you, and having such negative responses to it, the brain likes what is safe and doesn't want to change that. Like, even just the little changes I've made to Sierra recently have caused anxiety. You can also say, you can relate with that. You can also say it was a big jump between your previous design and current one. So you get what I mean? It's also been where it's been for so long. I only have a connection to the character, but to it as it was. Like, I thought it for a while. I thought it was just that, like, the whole being afraid to change it was just that, oh no, but the design is good as it is, and if I change it, I risk messing it up. When I genuinely think it's more a case of being afraid to change it because it would move out of the known, the understood. That's the other reason specifically why I want to try switching to the dragon for a bit. Jump would be even bigger if I were to switch. I mean, on the one hand, I already have the dragon stone, so it's not like it would be something completely new. It's been a secondary one for a while. I'm happy. Sorry, changes. Yeah, me talking through it is part of me working through that anxiety. But what was I saying? There's a few things from the Sphinx, like if I do this, which I think long-term mentally would probably be a good thing, just to not have myself so chained into the, like, Sierra is a character that is, like, the Sphinx Sierra is a character that, to a fault, is the good-natured, always behave, never step out of bound, or never step out of line, never really does anything for themselves kind of character. And as I'm trying to move into more of a learning that I can do some stuff for myself, that's been really hard to implement into the Sphinx. But I will admit, the Switch will have some things that I will kind of miss. The Sphinx had... Come on, brain. Please. Sorry, brain's doing that thing where it doesn't want to talk about this, so it just tries its best to shut it down. The Sphinx has... The Sphinx has my body type in a way that the dragon never will. Sphinx is what I use, like, I designed the Sphinx's appearance largely after my IRL appearance. From the face to the overall body type. To even the height. Redeem is so cute. I'm glad you like it. The dragon is frankly the opposite of the results I've gotten, transition-wise at least. The dragon is all hips, no chest, whereas IRL I've got some chest and no hips. Telling you IRL that Ria or telling you that IRL doesn't have a really long torso and neck. I mean, to be fair, the dragon doesn't have that long of a torso. Old dragon designs did. The modern Anthro dragon doesn't. Feel like you subconsciously drew yourself without realizing it. You heard people have sonas that are close to their current self and sonas who are more of an idealized version. You assume the Sphinx and Dragon are that for me? In a way, yeah. Because, honestly, if I had to choose, I would much prefer hips over chest. But I like the Sphinx staying close to me. I like it having the human face. I feel like there's a lot of like people that are just very opposed to like human anything in the furry community. So that was one of the things that I liked having. It was me. It showed that it's like, no, I have no problem with humans. I actually enjoy drawing humans, though I am a little rusty at it. Daffy, remind me, how many tails does Lucerna have in here? 'Cause I cannot remember. Ten tails, okay. Yeah. Eyes gets chubby, you just want hips. Fair. I am very much someone that is very much broader shoulder than hips. I think the most accurate version of out of all the times I've drawn Sierra, this version is probably just the closest to IRL. It's mostly still just an AMAB body with a bit of chest. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I don't dislike how I look. I know that's not how everyone transitioning feels. But that's kind of why it's just like, I don't know, I like including some of me into my Sona like that. And with the dragon, I won't have that. Because dragon is very much flat chest, big hips. Good boxer body and you're 5'5". You're getting feels about wanting to transition again, but the UK, it's basically impossible. I'm sorry, Shruby. You're a stocking 5 foot, a stocky 5'10". I am 6'4". I will say, though, on the topic of the dragon, hi, sis. one of the things that has helped me with the recent sketches. Let's see, I go to Sierra Lions. Typically, the Anther Dragon was drawn in something like this, which is a very confident outfit, but it is one that's almost designed to show the dragon's figure and such. It was partially designed just specifically to show that the dragon was flat but hippie. It's not something I'd wear IRL. At least not right now. It's not something I can relate to. The recent sketches, this one, and this one, drawing the dragon just in t-shirt and jeans has made it feel so much more relatable. Heckin' pretty. Oh, thank you. But it was actually this image and this image here first that made me want to draw the dragon more, though I couldn't place why. And it wasn't until I drew this one that I figured out why. And it's just because it is treated as just a normal thing. It is not the, like, this one doesn't fall into the category, because this one is specifically to show that the dragon is that tall. But the other two are specifically, the dragon is there, the dragon is as the dragon is designed, and they are just present. They're not the focus, nobody's reacting to it. It normalizes it. It makes it feel like a normal thing. And that made the brain give happy chemicals. That tail, oh lord. Wait, on which one? But on this one? Or, this one? Powerful tails are S++. Yeah, the dragon used to have a longer torso, but I eventually moved all of that length into the tail. For context to what I was saying earlier, this one here is one of my favorite sketches of the Anther Dragon. And it is designed to show, like, a normal scene where it's just the dragon living, just doing what dragon does. It's not post-TF or anything. But at the end of the day, it is... The reason it doesn't feel the same is because the entire purpose of the drawing is still to show that the dragon is as tall as the dragon is, trying to point out, hey, this is normal, rather than just letting it be normal. It is from a low angle, the dragon's the only thing that's in focus. It feels like this is a snapshot of a life that doesn't actually exist, like a hypothetical kind of. Like it's staged in a way. That's why the other ones, I don't know, they have made me want to draw a dragon more. And at the beginning of the conversation, I said there were two things about the switch over to the dragon. Everything I've gone through so far is just is talking about just the first point. The second point of anxiety is literally that the dragon is literally because the dragon is as tall as the dragon is. I worry that that will make people like. I have anxiety that that's going to cause issues. Because it only really works in my head for what I'm kind of looking for if it is just treated normally. And if it's a case where people have to resize it, adjust it, it's like, hey, I can only do this if this, then it's not just kind of being treated normally, then it is a problem, and then it falls into specifically what I'd kind of like to avoid. So that's just my other anxiety. Just like what's happening to Luca. Yeah, the Luca one is like right on the edge. The focus is more on the scene of, it's more on the two of them together rather than just on Luca. But it is still not, I guess, without the context of the rest of the sequence. Without that additional context, yeah, it would just be not specifically drawing attention to the character being short. It's just a little bit of it's just some height difference in character, which isn't too uncommon, especially when it comes to furry characters, because different species have different heights. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be back. But yeah, like, that's the other thing. Like in group shots, like the Grem Gang one, people would probably need to shrink the dragon down, otherwise they might draw too much attention. But in doing so, it would kind of pull away from that normalcy. It would draw attention to it because it had to be corrected. If that makes sense. You would 120 out of 10 be the one on the railing scratching my floofy ear. Fun fact, stuff like that is why I wouldn't actually want to be a furry IRL, because I would not want people constantly trying to pet me. Moving around a city in a place casually while being 12 foot tall is quite amusing. Like going to visit your friends whose average size would require a lot of crouching. It would. But if it is just treated as a normal thing, even if it does show the character crouching, like a comparison I could think of is anytime a game or a show has a mainly animal cast and one of the characters is a giraffe. If it is a show that always has the giraffe character just so much taller than everyone else, but doesn't actually constantly make jokes about it, I would is something like that. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. God, the tail is so thick. Yeah, dragon has a very big tail. I think a good example of characters having very obnoxious size differences but not really being brought up might be the Amazing World of Gumball. That's a show I always wanted to watch just because I love the different art mediums it had in it. But I never got to. I heard it also did a lot of like really good like meta humor kind of thing. Thinking on it some more as I'm kind of going through things in my head. Because I'm, like I said, a large part of why I'm chatting with you guys is just to basically... is basically rubber duck coding. Nothing is stopping me from just sitting down and watching it. Time. I was recently talking to someone about my schedule recently, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to hecking draw out how much, like, what my schedule is every for each week. There is the light areas are the free gaps in my schedule. There isn't much. I've got like an hour in the morning, hour and a half, then like 2 hours in the middle of the day most days. And Monday and Wednesdays are dono streams, which go to who knows how long, and I'm generally quite drained after them. This is why I don't, this is why I don't participate in Jackbox games either anymore. I can't. I have to work. Is why I don't participate in a lot of things. I frankly don't have the time. I have a very busy schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Because, yeah, some of these would just drop down off the other side of the chair. Also the reason why I don't promise people that I'll play like games with them and stuff. Alright, see you, Yuki. Good luck with therapy. But yeah, back one other thing that as I was thinking about it, it's just like I mentioned the Sphinx being safe. The dragon, however, is comfy. The dragon feels safer to, or not safer, it feels more comfy to be around people. I'm sure some of that is the size because it feels less vulnerable. There's a bit of a safety net when there's that bit of size difference. But there also is just, it's not tied to, to be blunt, it's not tied, it doesn't have the ties to all the fear and stuff that the Sphinx does. There's a reason that the dragon avatar here will let you just straight up hug them on the muzzle. Like, I know this is an extreme example because this dragon is very big. But the Sphinx doesn't let you. You only get to hug its tail. And the Sphinx looks nervous about it. I don't know, there's something comfy about the Sphinx design, or about the dragon design. What's going on here? How did I mess this up? That's what that is. That's your other leg. It needs to not be there. Yes, the Sphinx for consent when giving Voy a proper hug. I think the thing is, if Sphinx was asked for a proper hug, Sphinx would probably say yes, just because Sphinx felt like they had to. Which is something I have to... No. I am thinking about things that I have never really had to think about. You don't wish to force? I am admittedly in IRL not a very big hug person, except with the very few specific people. I'm very used to giving out hugs because it is expected, but it is not generally something I go out of my way to do, I guess. Is there anything overlapping that I'm missing? I don't think so. There's a lot going on here. So let me just do this for Zaffrey as a guide for when Zaffrey is coloring. Is that all of them? Yeah, and then the rest of it should be pretty easy to understand after just because there's a lot going on there, and I'm sure that would have gotten confusing for you when you were trying to figure out what was what. Especially with little things here like figuring out what is the line on the clothes versus a tail line. And I know you like to color them, so... What's the story with getting one of the comms colored? Were you meant to put it in the original form? So, something that I've been testing out, I keep meaning to make an actual form for it, is there's the option now of, instead of getting a new dono, or a new doodle, you can instead get a previous previously drawn one colored. There's currently no option of getting them done at the same time, because just that would take up 2 slots of time, and the slots already take a while per one. Though I was thinking about it the other day at work, and I'm just like, I want to make a page that is just like, has a hidden one that people can, or like basically have a thing that's called break the rules, which will have very clear, it's like, read this first, and it will open it up with basically like, this is for if you want to get 2 slots done at once, two full body characters, or getting 1 character drawn and colored at the same time. And it's just going to be upfront and honest in that this is basically double the cost of if you were to get them separately. Do I plan for people to get it? No. Because the reason why it's so expensive is because it is breaking the established rules of the stream. Why do I have it? Because frankly, I need the money, and if there's someone that has that much money and sees it as worth the value, it'll help me pay bills. It's not something that people could do often, and it's the equivalent of them paying a rush fee, but a very expensive one. Missed what I said? Basically, now when you submit a dono, you can either choose to get a new one, like a new dono like previously, or you can choose to get a previous dono colored. There is currently no option of getting one drawn and colored at the same time. To be honest, I gotta redo the entire Dono Doodle thing. It is a bit of a mess. It's a wall of text, and it's difficult for people to read. You looking at the dual thing with big interest? Like I said, it would be double the cost of getting them separately, and getting one colored normally is $50 because you pay $25 for the sketch, $25 for the color. So getting them both done at once is a flat $100 if and when I implement that. Honestly, double the cost is fine. It's 1,000% worth it. Frankly, if people wanted, like, if people actually did it, I would frankly be very conflicted, because they would be paying to get I'd be very conflicted because I think it would force me to really rethink the prices of my bigger commissions. I haven't opened them in a while because I haven't finished the rooftop one, and I've got a PNG tuber after that, which frankly should be much quicker. Honestly, I think even with the rooftop one, I've gotten the hard part of the actual drawing done. Shading's gonna be an interesting challenge, but at that point, it's close to a commission. It is, and that's why it's conflicting, because, like, it means I should like, if that people consider that worth it. People have told me undercharge, but that would definitely be, like, conflicting feelings. You would be spending that much anyway with what you already pay already. Charge what I think is fair. The whole thing with the donos is that you guys get to pay what you guys think is fair. And to be completely honest, if even a few people started doing that, probably make up for the anxiety I've had about my donos taking so much longer and me not being able to knock out as many per week. Because I don't want to just keep raising the minimum price. And the reason I considered that thought process was because it kept in the spirit of, you can pay more if you can afford it and you consider it valuable. But I don't know. I don't want to think about this right now. It is giving me anxiety. I also had to, like, there's also one of those things I do try to keep in mind, that there is a very big difference between when people will say, it's like, oh yeah, that something XX would definitely be worth that price, when someone asks about it, versus how realistic it actually ends up being for someone to buy that. That's a trap I fell for in the past. Do you wish you could spend more? No, I don't want anyone to feel like they have to spend more. That is why they are pay what you want. Being a student with current food prices, it is pain. I get that though. But I'll be completely honest. If there are a few people that do think they would be willing to do, like, the break the rules thing, I probably will implement it. Because regardless of wherever we go after we have to move, my rent is going to go up a fair bit. Or my rent, or just, was it mortgage? I never want to take away the option of the any price ones. I think they have to stay there to maintain the spirit of what I am going for. But also, oh god, why did I set the standard of putting so much time into them? You're completely tapped out from going to Anthrocon, but it was worth it. I'm glad you had fun. And nobody ever has to apologize for not being able to, like, if that is you saying you would spend money but you're tapped out, that is fine. You put your money, like, where you value it. You can get a dono from me anytime throughout the year. Anthrocon happens once a year. Do not apologize for that. You want to be like Des and be able to support artists more? So do I. So do I. And for me, it's a case of where I used to be able to. I used to have the spare income to just, I don't know, drop 100 or so on a streamer just to see a reaction out of them. You support more when you finish uni. You see how your financial situation is before. Make sure you're taking care of yourself first, okay? If you have the spare cash at that time and still want to, go ahead. But that goes to everyone. Make sure you are taking care of yourself first. Assume that being a doctor would at least give some spare money. I hope so. I did not go to college, but the medical school is frankly known for just checking how expensive it is. So I hope you have a job that pays well if you had to go through all that. What is that emote? Oh, dead. I came so close to going to college. Thankfully, you don't have to pay in your Oh, I am jealous of that. I was gonna say though, gotta pay for food and books and stuff and gasoline. Yeah. I was gonna say though, I came very close to going to college. I got accepted into a university, but I couldn't get the financial funding or the information to take out student loans. I needed some information from my parents, but my parents were just like, your younger sister was able to do it without my information. Just use your own. It will be cheaper for you because you earn less. My sister had a kid. My sister had a dependent, and they look at things differently when you have a dependent compared to when you don't. Sorry about that? No. You see, the thing it was frustrating at the time, yes. But frankly, I am glad I didn't go to college because in America, it costs so much. The cost of college in America, from what I understand, has basically gone up even higher than, like, way higher than any other inflation and such. Like, would just have a bunch of college debt. Go to the EU and study there, then come back with... Frankly, with my... It'd probably just be cheaper to go to the EU and just... stay there due to, medical stuff. Thank God you have a really, really good scholarship kind of deal. I couldn't get a scholarship. Not that I wouldn't have applied, or not that I wouldn't have qualified for one. I probably would have. But, I didn't properly apply. A mixture of ADHD, gifted child syndrome, and, certain things with how things were where I grew up. And when I say where I grew up, I mean specifically our household. Hold on, my brain is curious about something. No, that wouldn't work because it had that brush. I think. Nope, now I'm curious.
All right, let's bring that beat back.
Oh, I do have one that's just circles. Oh, are these always... These are always black. No. Okay, never mind. I had a thought that I'm not going to,
Oh no, there's two of them?
Moonpaw, thank you for the 2 bits. If I, looking up at the dragon again, if I do at some point switch over to, which I'm kind of already trying to do, which is why for this I'm using the dragon instead of the Sphinx. It will be kind of part of it will be amusing to me because I am known, like, one of the things I just feel like people know me for is being that person that has the character with the big bappy paws. And I wouldn't have those anymore. Oh goodness, I can think of one person who that would absolutely just really upset. But thankfully, the only person it matters if it upsets is me. Wait. What's up, Tangent? Thank you, Zafri. Trying to qualify for SUSI, which is an Irish program that has the government give you a designated amount of cash every month to help pay for college. I wish you the best of luck with it. Oh, big bappy claws. Wait. The dragon's claws aren't even that big, like, compared to the body. They're just hand-sized. One thing I will have to do, that I had already been considering doing, is I will definitely need to create a different, like, design for the Cosmic Dragon, rather than have them look the same. Legs. Why legs? Why? Just work, please. Think your attack turns in time? I hope we can this year. I'm so used to drawing anther legs that sometimes drawing human legs just gives me difficulty nowadays. I used to be really good at it. I think part of it is like that I'm just... I need to do more figure sketches, I really do. But that whole packed schedule thing I mentioned before. The funny thing with the whole dragon versus sphinx thing, and my brain being like, but the sphinx is so recognized and iconic. It is. Almost a constant thing that anytime I jokingly or seriously did a thing where it's just like, yeah, which of the character, like the avatars and characters do you like rank as your favorites? Dragon always did so much better than the Sphinx anyway. Is Jelly here right now? Oh, I mean, if you can and she doesn't know hers is being worked on, might not be a bad idea. I was just gonna make a little joke if she was in chat. Why is that what it is that what's feeling off? Is that the leg is too far back? Gotta test something. It does feel like a more natural stance. What the other thing is, I think I figured it out. Let's see if I can actually get it to work. Hey, Loopy Kurt, how's it going? Tired. Finally managed to not sleep through my stream. To be fair, today's gonna be a long stream anyway. Welcome in. I hope you are doing well. Just realized there's gonna be a kimono covering most of this anyway. Managed to get first. It is an accomplishment since there's someone that actively like guard dogs the first button. Darn it! I thought I muted in time. You were waiting for 3 hours? Hi, Jelly. Yeah, we're working on your piece. And I'm doing my best not to just completely struggle with it the entire time. Wait a sec. What's up? What's that join message about? Excellent question. If you want to make a quick sketch of how the scene is set out, that can be very helpful. I have aphantasia, so I can't always visualize what people try to describe in text. It's not required, but it is definitely not frowned upon. You're gonna lurk and do a sketch on the bus? Fair. Get your draft doodle prompt and you're just like, do I take creative license with Iowa DMV ID requirements, or do you poke at Pop earlier than you were planning? Hey. Yes, I can't. What? Have I changed this? No, I haven't. Might have to adjust that in the future, unfortunately. That's for after the move. Hopefully after the move I'll be able to set stuff up better in general. Don't really have anything in my... No, Jelly, that wasn't at you. Someone else asked if it was something I wanted. Like I said, it is not required. Elusive Partridge was asking about it. Yeah, it's like if you have a specific way you want it to be laid out and stuff. Gravewalker, thank you for the support. Yeah, if you have a specific way you want it laid out, having a rough sketch of it is not a bad idea. If it is something that you don't have a plan, like a specific thing in mind for, it is absolutely not required. What is this layer? This layer is nothing. Don't be there. Bounced off the ground. No, but I have sneezed so hard I've hurt my back before. It's been a while since I've done this kind of angle. Heck. Am I going to regret this? Probably. We'll soften that up a bit. Alright, no worries, Partridge. Yeah, I know Twitch on mobile is rough. Doesn't like having audio only in small picture mode. Yes, if you want to do that, you need to, in order to do audio only mode on the phone, you need to turn off the picture in picture mode or leave the Twitch app running. If you have the Twitch app running and turn off the screen, that'll work. Or just straight up set Twitch to the there's a little gear icon that you can click on and set it to audio only from there, and it should work. Of course, you probably can't hear me, so I'm so sorry, sis. Welcome back, Yuki. Came into the conversation, saw Milkster and thought Flo was calling Sierra her Milkster before reading the context. You were appropriately confused. Yeah, I saw the term Milkster before the rest of the context, and I was confused in the exact same way. I was just gonna be like, sis, I do not think that one is good. But then I saw the context. No, no, is not the worst stir yet. Interview 2 out of 4 with the company. Good luck, Diane. I believe in you. Also, heckin' 4 interviews. Wow. Like, I get that I've mostly worked in untrained labor, but also that's a lot of interviews. Background interview, semi-technical interview, extremely technical interview, and multi-hour long interview with every department at the company. Heck. I hope you get it after going through all that. Done a multi-hour long interview with every department at a company before, and they still... Look, I still hope that you get it. I'm still rooting for you and believing in you. this the right height for a, for a counter at a motel? I have no idea. Maybe it's just designed to also be fox friendly. Bless the loops. Chase the rainbow, bless the loops. Welcome back, Ruby. Also, I'm gonna be right back before I start this next one. I'm gonna hit next, and then I'm gonna BRB. Alright, I'm back. I think when I go back and modify the donut program a bit, something I need to do as well is to sorry, train of thought broke. Something I need to do is plug in, like, a lot of places it's kind of hard coded at the moment for 90 days and $25. I really should make those variables that I can change at like one specific position, and it changes it all across the buttons. Why did our lights go out?